Welcome to the Voice Chat Podcast, everybody. Episode 15. My name is Maz from TheAMaazing.
I'm Laddi.
I'm Rushlight Invader.
I'm Pantsless Pajamas.
I'm Turtle.
TurtleAmigo. Welcome to the Voice Chat, everybody. And we got a special occasion. This is the 1 year anniversary of the Voice Chat Podcast.
Wow.
So powerful.
Look at this guy. Everybody says that, like, not everybody, I heard it from Daniel actually, that podcasts only last like 7 episodes and then they die. And I'm glad that we did not just die off, you know?
Same.
I'm sad.
I'm glad that we're not in a class. Okay, so welcome to the podcast, everybody. This podcast is available on Spotify as well as all these other sites that will be linked below, including iTunes. And I also want to give a major shout out to the patrons above, you know?
So sexy.
Yeah,
All right.
Good job,
There you go.
guys.
As well, and the fan art. Okay, you guys are great. All right, fan art. That's so good. You drew me better than the other two. It's great.
Whoa. I like the mustache.
Guys, I had, and like before we started this podcast, I've already had like the string of just unfortunate events, and I'm not gonna lie, I think those events put a damper on my mood a little bit. You know, a little bit of a downer, a little bit of a bummer. You know.
Yeah.
So I was telling these guys about so I was working. And just as we were about to finish, like it was like 4:30, I was finishing at 5. Just as we were about to finish, a new person walked in, and they're just like, oh yeah, you know, make sure you write all about them, and it's gonna take an hour. And it's like, oh man, you know, so I had to work 30 minutes overtime, and it wasn't even paid, and I'm just like, yeah, so that's already bad. And then like I had to drive, like, cause like the way my apartment works is like the parking is only allowed for a certain amount of time, so I had to drive to this weird parking area. And so I went there and I was gonna park, and it's like, oh no, you can't park in the ground floor, you had to park on the 4th floor. And I'm like, all right. And so I'm like driving up, I park there, I'm like, all right, okay, sure. I walk all the stairs down, I walk 20 minutes to my apartment, and I'm trying to get into the house, and I realize I dropped my wallet in the car and I can't get into my house. Right.
That's bad.
And I'm just like, okay, that's whatever. My life sucks. And so somebody else walked into the apartment, and I just literally walked in behind them. So I thought I looked like a creep.
Yeah.
And I walk into my room, and then I get a text message. So I'm trying to build a computer, okay? I ordered like so many parts, and the part I'm waiting on is the case, the actual case of it, right?
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, we can't send it to a locker, but you can change the address. This was 2 weeks ago. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll change the address to my friend's one, whatever. And it's been 2 weeks, so I'm just like, okay, I'll check my online, thing, and it says order canceled.
What?
And I'm like,
What?
¿Por qué? You know? And then I don't even know if I use ¿por qué correctly. I don't know. I'm sorry. And then pork. Yeah, pork, dude, pork. And then I look at the email, and he said, oh yeah, I confirmed the address change. You'll be there by 5 days. And it was 14. And I looked at my bank account, and the money had been refunded. And I'm like, what the heck? Where did it go? Give me my items. Give me my items. I've been waiting so long. I want to build my computer. And so it's just like today, today is just not my day. You know what I mean?
Bruh.
Oh,
Big oof.
that's epic and all, but I'm sorry that you had a bad day, but I had a pretty cool day.
Really?
What happened
Okay,
to you
that's
today?
good.
Dude.
That's good. That's good.
It was epic. Like, I got recognized today, Maz, in real life.
What?
Ooh,
Yeah. Yeah. It was,
How much did you pay them?
Uh-oh.
I slept in I was on a date, and I was like, recognize me so that I look good in front of her.
Yeah.
No, I went to Arby's or whatever, and I was like, ordering my food, whatever, and they're like, hey, money. I'm like, here's the money. It's like, you look familiar. Do I know you from somewhere? And I was like, oh. And they're like,
Nani?
and I was like, I don't know. I animate and do YouTube. And they're like, oh, that's right. You're my old coworker. I'm like, oh, no, okay.
No.
The clout was coming.
No, I wish.
That's
I was
actually a good crazy story.
I was so
Dang it.
sad. I thought my heart dropped, and My heart dropped when she's like, I recognize you. I'm like, is this the moment?
I had all these follow-up questions. I was like, dude, were you wearing a hoodie? Were you beanie?
I'll wear my
You know,
beanie. I wear my beanie all the time anyway, so don't worry.
Okay. Oh man, I was excited for you, bro.
You debated,
and
man.
And then you turned around, and then another guy went, "You're Rushlight Invader." You know what I mean? Are you Rushlight graphics? Oh no!
Oh my
Speed
god.
art. Can you do me speed art for free?
Minecraft?
Wait, aren't you Carson's friend?
No. Feels bad.
So Rush, why don't you tell the audience about you and Carson being best friends now?
Yeah,
What's
we
up
are
with
married.
that?
It was great. He kept sharing most of the bed. It was terrible. Anyways, no. I made a deal with this man. Made a deal with the devil, and we're friends now. So it's perfect.
What was the deal? What do you mean?
I was gonna say,
Alright,
like,
so let's start from the beginning. Nunu and them were talking about Carson in a Discord server. Nunu is my editor and whatever. She's funny, meanie boy. And I was like, all right, Carson sounds
funny
funny.
is a strong word, but go on.
And they're talking about him, and I looked them up. I'm like, oh, this guy's funny. All right, cool. And then I look, you know how you click on your subscribers? You can see who the most popular subscribers follow you, like are subscribed to you. I did that. And the guy, he's on there. He's like, oh, Carson subscribed to me. And I look, and he's subscribed for 4+ years. I'm like, wow, this guy's been a fan of me for a long time. And then I was like,
oh, dude, that's actually dope. What?
And then I was like, Nuno, I'm gonna rub it in your face. Look at this. He's like, no way. He's like, does he follow you on Twitter? And I looked, I'm like, yeah, he does. And she's like, no.
No way.
And so he was live streaming. I'm just like, let's see if he actually remembers me. And so I subscribed to his Twitch because you have to read the names out loud because that's what Twitch people do. He's like, Rushlight Invader, and he stops like mid my name. He's like, Rushlight Invader, dude, that's an OG name. What's up, dude? I'm just like, oh, he knows me.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. Oh, look at this dude.
All I'm hearing is right now is like clout chasing vibes, all right? You're like, you're just like, did somebody say the odd one's clout? Because that's all what I heard.
This is what the Arby's story was missing, man. Yeah.
And then Carson popped out of Arby's and he's like, bro. His next video is actually about why I want to go to Arby's,
Why I want to go. Buffalo Wild Wings.
Hey, didn't James animate that story?
Yeah,
by the way?
yeah, man. It was in his style. It was wild.
Yeah. It's James' animation style. It's weird, man.
He's branching out.
Gosh, I wished you were as good as him, man. I don't know.
I wish I knew how to animate. Just a PowerPoint.
Same.
You're just not talented, Why aren't you born? Why aren't you born with talent?
I'm white.
It's okay. I was gonna make the next joke, but somebody said Maz, why do you keep making like racist jokes about white people? And I felt so bad. I was like, no, I don't actually believe them.
Because it's a rich market and someone needs to tap into it.
That was you, Laddi?
Not a
Laddi anonymously complains like
far too long.
Well, talking about Carson actually like brings on a good segue. Because I think what I thought would be cool to do for this 1 year podcast was to kind of compare and contrast our goals and where we're at. You know what I mean?
Oh yes.
And I'm not saying like in terms of like, wait, you are at this amount of subscribers and you're no, I don't care about that. I'm talking about goals, like actual goals. You know what I mean? Like with you mentioning Carson, I think like correct me if I'm wrong, Rush, but it sounds like you kind of changed your goal from like wanting to be like this big boy animator, but now you're like the animator for a lot of channels. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I helped here and there.
But you like it, like you don't make it sound like you're like forced to. You jump onto that stuff. You love that.
I like marketing myself out there. I like to branch out and get involved in different communities, especially that.
And so is that like your long-term thing now? Is that what you're trying to do?
I don't even know, man. I just like doing projects that people suggest. I'm like, this probably sounds cool. I'm like, yeah, it does sound cool. I was like, I'll have to be a part of it. Like, I like doing projects. It's just fun. I don't know.
Like, but the thing is, when is this gonna come out? So, it'll be fine. So, what about the Game Grumps?
Man.
It's supposed to come out in March sometime, the Game Grumps
Wait,
channel.
what's supposed to come out? I don't know what you're talking about.
For the last 2 years or so, we've been working on a Game Grumps map thing. It's a remix from the At Punks, and I
No
love
way.
those. No way.
Whoa.
That sounds crazy.
So just to the audience, so he's been working on this like multiple animator project for 2 years now, right? It's been a long time, but
Definitely.
it's all gonna come to fruition because it's gonna be on Game Grumps.
That's how I want, man.
Yeah, it's gonna finally happen. None of us played any role in making that last longer than it should have,
Not at all. Especially not me.
It happens. People's schedules. I get it. It's okay.
Honestly, like I know Turtle has like the gummy people, but I think it would be cool to have voodoo people. Why should that should be a Halloween thing? Like gummy people to voodoo people, like.
Yeah, Turtle.
It's like the same aesthetic, just like with pins inside them. You know what I mean?
Turtle, do it.
Only my witch and Wiccan friends would like emerge from their dens and start YouTube because that would be their aesthetic.
Well, actually, speaking about Turtle, like that's like I think you've definitely got the most interesting change from last year.
Oh yeah.
A lot of change.
Stop.
Oh my god! Yes.
No, it's like it's a good change because it's like obviously like where I want like to see like where I want to take my channel, because again like I don't have anything wrong, I don't have any problem with like story time, like people who do it, I'm not hating on anyone, but for me, I just got like tired of it. And obviously, I have like a lot of stories I want to tell, which I might tell on stream or like I don't know IRL or whatever. I mean, I'll still tell them like I don't know, but it's just like I want to do more like skit based stuff, like
Go for it.
even though it won't get as much views, as much popularity as Storytime, it's just like I feel like I can do a lot more like things and like how I can structure like jokes and use word plays and like idioms and like all these like clever things like puns and all that. And just like trying to make it like to where if people get the joke, then it's like, they'll be like, oh, that's kind of funny. But try to, in a way, like try to be way more, like try to be different, with what I want to do with my channel and stuff.
And experimenting, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Do you want to move it towards like Zelinki or Senor Pello and like those kind of skit channels?
Yeah. Basically like them, but like for what I like them like Ginger Pell, like he's doing like that thing, but like with topics and stuff, which is pretty cool. But like what I want to do, like the thing that I want like for me to stand out from them is with what I with what I do with my skits, like what I do with like puns and like all these like certain like words I add, try to see like what I can do with it and like have it to where it has like two different meanings and like all that like wordplay stuff. I want that to be like my thing, where I don't think anyone has done that as much in YouTube. Kind of like Nigga Higga, he did some he did stuff like that.
He loves that.
Yeah, but he did like he did like the pun stuff, but it was all right. It was obviously like those puns where it's like it's kind of forced. I kind of want mine to be like I say the pun or I do this like bit of wordplay and stuff, but make it like flow, not try to have like the emphasis on that.
Yeah.
But I want it to be like, okay, I say the joke, I do casually, and then I'll let the viewers see and like try to have them figure out, what this video was about. Because a lot of people didn't understand what my recent video was about with change and all that. And except for one guy, he kind of got it. Like he was pretty close, but he wrote like a paragraph about it and like he was spot on with it, and that was pretty good. Because 99 or 90% of the comments were like question mark, like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And I was
It's funny
like,
because like afterwards in some of the other servers they were talking to me and they're like, Maz, was Turtle's video about putting change in somebody's butt? And I was like, well,
What did it look like?
yeah, I don't know. Up to you.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. And the part where like the turtle is like riding the guy, like, you know, like, you know, giving him a piggyback ride or whatever.
Yeah,
that's kind of like a little like reference or whatever to, like, you know, those kiddie rides where like you put in the quarter and then you hop on the ride and it moves. It's a little, I don't know, like it's something like that, you know. But you can interpret it in different ways. You know, a lot of people will see, like, you know, see what they want to interpret and then, you know, reading it and be like, oh, that's interesting what they said.
Most people have.
I reckon that's fine. I reckon that's cool.
Yeah, and then, like, you know, obviously, like, change and, like, you know, like changing. It's like, yeah, you know, like you have that word like change, and then it has two different meanings, like the sub, like the object, you know, change, like, you know, and then the, you know, verb. So you know,
I get it. Just make a word play on it, and then like you base the entire skit. I like that. You know.
Yeah, and like recently with like Casually explained like how he made that video on like idioms and all that.
Yeah,
that was I really love that because that's what like I kind of like have ideas based off of like some idioms, you know, because like some of them are like really well known and you can use those to like add into your skit and then build it off of, you know. So that's what I want to do basically. That's what I want to have my channel stand off on, like just puns and like all that with an animation. So and hopefully people will like it.
No, I think that's cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're also developing like a good aesthetic / like visual style. I don't know. I think it would be really cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm excited. TurtleAmigo. I'm glad to call you my amigo, Turtle.
Oh yeah. Also, sorry. But it's just like, a lot of people like. It's okay for people to call me Turtle. You know, that's my, I guess, my identity for like the internet and all that. You can still call me Turtle. I don't care. You know, because you know that's, But it's like I remember back because I didn't have a mascot for like my channel. Well, like my IRL mascot. You know, like I didn't have like a real like drawing of him. So it's obviously I use Turtle as like, you know, like a placeholder for him to talk about, you know, my stories and all that, you know, stuff. And I kind of want to change like the lore and like, you know, like the story to where like obviously I have myself, you know, like my physical like IRL self, and I've drawn the character of him, you know, finally. So, like, but then I also have Turtle, which like I'm starting to have him not like talk anymore, if that makes sense. Yeah, so it's kind of like changing, like, you know, as like, you know, my channel's like growing, I'm starting to like
diversify, add in lore.
What
is this, a Filthy Frank multiverse? What are you doing, bro?
No. Oh yeah. Also, like, I also want to kind of bring like that not edgy, but like, you know, that mature like humor, like teen. Because I feel like in a way, but at the same time, not, you know, I don't know, to an extent, but I kind of like want to like push the boundaries of it, and because I feel like it. You know, like Pello and like Zelinki and them have that sort of humor, like.
So Turtle, what if me and you combine forces and make a sequel to Dragon Ball Pooper?
Stop.
Rush is on to something here, guys.
Nah.
The gummy people, I'll be perfect.
Dude. It's like Turtle walks into on screen. Frankie! Just
think about it. It'll be the longest potty joke.
Today I was like rewatching some of like Filthy Frank's, you know, his videos and all that, and damn, they very good. Well?
Okay, good.
No, very good. It was just like,
no, I rewatched them as well, Turtle. I miss Filthy Frank so much. I like his humor. No one has ever done, and nobody has followed up with. You know,
it's gonna be hard with the YouTube monetization.
I know.
No, I think he said that like all of his videos got like demonetized, or I think or Max said that. No, it was like Max Mofo. He said like all of his videos were like demonetized and stuff. You know, except for his like Pokemon video channel, like his main, like one of his main channels.
Yeah.
Which is like kid friendly.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. That's literally his channel. That's the
and it's pretty interesting too. He gets like good views from like doing like Pokemon cards and stuff. That's really good for him.
Does he also get like sponsorships and stuff from Pokemon?
Not that I know of. He, I mean, no, not all the videos I've seen, because I don't watch that much of his videos. Only the ones that like I see like different booster packs that I'm interested in, I would watch. Yeah. Or like the different like products he buys, I would just watch. But I don't think so, really. But yeah. It just
like what?
Yeah.
Go on.
No, it's just like, okay, my entire point is just like I want something like I want to do something like that, like like Filthy Frank, like how he did like videos like no one has ever done, but like I'm doing animation, and in a way to stand out even more from everyone is just like to do like these skits, but like with what I'm doing with like puns and like where I'm taking that, and hopefully that that works for the best.
Yeah, try it out. Experiment. It's a good time to do it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, true. Because like I'm not that like big, so it's not like a drastic, like a really really big change compared to like let's say James, who like does something extremely different.
James does a Filthy Frank thing.
Like a 180.
It's like pink guy.
He would honestly. I don't see like, oh man, that'll be a huge change. I don't think he'll do well. Well,
no,
yeah. If he does like, that wouldn't work.
Because his child audience. Oh,
and plus,
my God.
he like his brand and all. Yeah, it's crazy.
I would watch. I would subscribe with more.
As long as he still needs colorers, I'll support James no matter what he does.
Dan Schneider, bring all the videos back. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, that's all my stuff.
That's your future ambition. No, Turtle, it's like that. I wanted to get you on it because I know you've been talking about and thinking about it a lot, And I thought it was an interesting venue because I think all of us have changed from our initial trajectory and are kind of like, I would say kind of breaking off a little bit from the typical pathway. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like Laddi, the improv thing. I try to get it last week, but I think it's you can expand upon it this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, the improv thing. What are you doing there? What's that?
So, I don't know. I don't like doing my story times. I've never been really passionate about making the story times. And like I've had different. Yeah. Gosh. Story time animators. What?
They're all awkward and introverted and on the left side of this, on the right side. Yeah.
Thanks for having me on the podcast, guys. I really loved it. I feel attacked, but it's fine. Okay, thank you.
And they wear pants.
Triggered.
But yeah, so I've been like doing more improv-y things. This next video I'm working on is half improv, half a stupid skit. Cause I had improv'd a thing, but I was like, this is kind of dumb. I want to add more to it. So like I created a whole skit around what I did, and like Rush is gonna be in it, and it's really dumb, but. I'm excited for that, but like I've been like doing college, so I haven't had time.
That darn
that's
college.
Fair. I think that's the same kind of style that Sugar Pine 7 used to do. Oh yeah, same.
This is why
really
I've
like
been muted
Sugar Pine
90%
7.
of the time. It's like Matt is gonna have to edit out so many of my like little.
Can we
like,
keep
my
that
phone
in though?
clips.
Leave that in. Leave that in.
Leave that
you
in.
can leave that one in because it's funny.
Perfect time. It's like somebody says something you agree with. Dude, I think we should add salt to this dinner.
You get a good blowjob.
We don't know how to pronounce the letter A.
Maz, we're giving you TikTok ideas here. Come on, man.
No.
You're beginning YouTube Rewind.
That's Maz's
No.
new direction, guys.
That's
TikToker. Oh, baby.
Before you say that's hot,
Describe a color.
we're the worst. Welcome to the Voice Chat podcast. All right,
Danny all
welcome.
over again. No.
You're a bad actor. You're a bad actor in a horror movie.
When you're Kristen Bell. Oh man. But I don't know, like Sugar Pond 70 used to do this kind of like mixture of skit but also improv. Like they used to write a little bit of a skit, but the improv whatever they thought would be funny on the day. And it worked well. It was really funny until they started getting more and more like skit based and not improv based, and then people kind of got sick of it. But no, yeah, I like it. I like it, Laddi. I like it.
Yeah, I have.
But are you still wanting to be like a storyboard artist?
Yeah, for sure. I moved colleges because last year I was in a college just majoring in fine art with an emphasis in graphic design, and I wasn't really happy there. And so my friend told me about this college that was actually closer to my home, and I was like, why didn't I start here? But like they actually had an animation major. I'm like, heck, I could do that. So this year I'm at a totally new college majoring in animation, and like I'm actually learning a lot more. And so I'm really excited to like put that towards my content, but I haven't had time to work on anything. So I'm excited to like finally like apply what I'm learning to my new stuff.
You should apply to Team Voltron to make a better ending. You should do that.
Oh my gosh. Don't get me started about Voltron.
Didn't you love the ending of Voltron?
No, I did not.
It was perfect. It completely it delivered on the hype that they had set up. It was,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
it wasn't racist at all, like and all the white people. No, I don't wanna spoil it. I don't wanna spoil it.
Yeah.
I don't wanna spoil
anyway. But like, yeah, I'm still trying to like, I have to keep the mindset of like my priorities, because like, I do want to do YouTube for like as long as I can, but I have to remember that like I'm in college for like my future, because I don't want to do YouTube forever, and I know it's not gonna last forever.
What?
What?
I'm kidding. YouTube
isn't gonna last forever?
Wait, YouTube isn't a stable platform where they love their creators and respect them?
Wow,
What? That's crazy.
What?
So like, what? So like, I am sad that I can't work on my videos as much right now, but I'm also like, I'm working towards my future, so I'm trying not to beat myself up too bad about it. So
beat yourself
up.
I'm just being a good boy.
Good boy, Laddie. Good boy.
Yeah.
And lastly, PJ, little Poogie.
I know that PJ person.
Poogie. What you doing, PJ? You building your future out of your hand, PJ? Is that what you're doing? Every time she's like, "Oh my god, I can't do anything." I'm just, I just tell her like, "Listen, you got to build that. You take your meaty, dirty hands, and just like build your future. Just do it.
Dude, Bob the build it.
Build it and bob it.
Oh, PJ just messaged saying my brother won't shut up. Dude, he's too busy going, in the background.
It's
Listen,
Wednesday.
Okay, listen. I'm just gonna be like, your mom's gonna tell me to shut up again in about 5 seconds. But okay, comparatively to most people here, my channel's not all that different from when it started, so I really don't have anything to say. Yeah. How's life, guys?
Shut up, PJ. No,
PJ.
I mean, like, if
But,
you
like,
wanted to be like, oh, like, your art looks better. Like, you can say that about anyone. It's not like it's not like Turtle or like Laddi who are like doing such different things with their stuff, or like Rush is out there with like being all ambitious and spreading his animation stuff ever, and Maaz getting TikTok fame. Like, I don't have any of that.
That's not what I've done. I swear, guys. No.
Maaz, what'd you tick on that thing? What'd you tick on that thing for VidCon, Maaz? Let me look at it again.
Shut up! Don't tell them. Okay, all right, man. Just put the screenshot.
There you go. Look at it. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's like lotion on your skin.
Moz
here it
is
is.
an avid TikToker, and all the world will know.
Yeah, as if the world didn't already know. But yeah, I don't know.
But like, what I'm trying to say, like, because time obviously improves your skill. That's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is, like, is your goal still to grow as a storytime animator and like succeed in it, or is it like changed somewhat?
Not really. Like, it's like the problem. I suppose is that like when I came into YouTube, I wasn't like looking for it to be anything of like a job. I wasn't even looking to succeed. I wasn't looking for anything that like most people are like, oh, I want to make it big. I want to get a lot of subscribers. I literally just did it because I didn't have anything else going on in my life. Like, and I just kind of wanted to do something that I felt I could do in some way, shape, or form. Like, I just kind of wanted to let myself know that I could. And then I actually started doing well, and I was like, okay, see, I didn't anticipate this, so I don't know what to do. And that's why, like, you have always been the person that sets up goals for me, because I literally came in here with like little expectation. It wasn't even a hobby. It was just a something, because something was all I wanted. And now I'm here, and I'm like, well, what do we do?
I'm here now.
Well, don't you have like ideas for like cartoons or anything? You're sure.
Well, yeah, but I'm like, in a way that doesn't directly influence my channel. It's more that thing of like, you know, I'm teaching myself how to do little things through videos and like coming up with my cartoon things on the side. And like, if I get popular, then it would be a good way to promote like other ideas, or like show people that like my ideas, like, hey, you know, I technically kind of sort of have experience in the entertainment variety. Like, look at these videos. Oh, it's like a resume because I don't have one in real life. Oh yeah, look at that portfolio. Ooh. And then like that's about it. Otherwise, my channel kind of just it exists as like a way for me to spread something fun and good while also being like therapeutic for me. I'm not like a good person to go to as far as like, what are your big aspirations, because it's I don't know. I don't know. I feel awkward now. I'm gonna go back to saying nothing.
Aww.
Yeah.
Go back into your shell. Just retreat.
I just feel like I'm almost lackluster in comparison.
No, once again, succeed going through with your ambition that you'd set. That's fine. You know what I mean? Like, nobody has to like turn the direction. But once again, turning direction is also fine as well. As long as you're moving forward, that's fine. If you had said like, oh yeah, I don't want to do anything anymore, I quit. It's like, well, you know, that's, you know, as long as, I don't know, right? Like that kind of stuff when you stop your ambition. But all of us are moving forward, I'd say, you know?
I mean, I guess.
How dare you
yes,
guess?
PJ, you are moving forward.
She's like, no, I'm walking backwards. And it just walks backwards.
I don't know. I've been in like a weird place with like, I mean, I'm still doing my content and I still enjoy making my videos, and I like the fact that people like my stuff. And it's been like, it's been a really weird month for me fan-wise too, which I guess has also just been like, huh, this is real. Like, it only took me 2 years. This is real.
Dude, when you like peanut butter,
Babies.
When you love
get
Waluigi,
vaccinated around flu
Shut up, Laddi. Always Waluigi. Waluigi wouldn't treat me like this, okay?
Oh no, not again.
I don't know. All right, it's my turn. I want to say.
I've already told people your legacy. There's nothing else to add.
No, it's not TikTok.
I think it's TikTok, guys. It's fine too.
It's never TikTok.
It's always TikTok.
Guys, I just want to be featured creator. I want to be featured TikToker, okay?
Yeah.
You know, hit or miss. No, gross. Actually, funnily enough, when I was at the meet and greet in Australia, somebody asked me to do the hit or miss with them.
Oh no.
And I was like, oh no. You know, like that was probably
That was your
That was probably
moment.
that was the most cringe I'd felt. Apparently, somebody also sang Sultan of Song, which was really awkward. Like, it wasn't even like it was a 3-minute song in front of the audience.
Oh no.
And he just watched as they sang, and he's like, "What do I do?"
It's like Happy Birthday song, but super long. So you don't know what to do with your hands.
Nice.
Just stand there.
In a way.
Yeah.
What if it was like a screamo? He just starts screaming at them.
It's like a little girl. It's like, I could be a song for you.
Just yells for 3 minutes.
Wow, that was great.
Sultan.
Like, she's like, I be flossing.
Those are deep lyrics.
Left
Listen
to the right.
Left
to right.
to right. To left to the right. To left,
If anyone wonders
to
what
right.
Maz is doing when he's not making content, it's this.
Everybody that knows to floss and dance, they do it in France. It's so garbage.
Is that how that
If
goes?
Yeah, it's legitimately, that's like, if you read the lyrics, that's legitimately how it goes.
I don't want to waste my time. No, thank you.
They sometimes wear pants. They like to look at it.
Wow, Laddi, are you a rapper?
Yeah.
That's some
Let
deep.
me lay down a sick beat. You know? And it's like-
Yeah, that was a really sick beat.
Yeah, thanks, Laddi.
Yeah.
It's gonna be intertwined with and as like a really as a short beat, you know, like
Yeah.
yeah.
I can hear
yeah.
people clicking away now.
I can hear, you know what, PJ? That's the pessimistic view. I can hear somebody remixing our sounds and making this as a song.
Yes,
Now that
Okay.
you said that, yes, undoubtedly. Get on that, someone.
Ooh,
Wait, that's it. We need one clear audio of someone going, ah.
I think
That's
we
it.
had a lot of it.
They have it in multiple levels.
When the voice chat podcast gets a remix. Ah!
Stop it. Stop it. Maz, just go. Go. Keep talking. Keep talking.
I want to die.
Stop.
I want to die. Okay.
What is this? Please.
When you're about to die.
My thing.
Ah.
No, stop.
Can we stop
Kick
saying
her for the
that?
podcast.
It's
Yeah.
getting all over again.
Let's
No.
just stop.
Turtle's like veto. Cut this all out. Cut this podcast out.
Let's start all over.
Yeah, hi.
Welcome to the Voice Chat Podcast.
Turtle deletes his audio file. He's like, no.
No.
No. My goal after a year. I think I kind of agree with PJ a little bit. Like, I think the
TikToker?
main mission of wanting to succeed on YouTube hasn't changed. Like, that's obviously what I still want to do. What has changed though is like my I can't control my ambitions anymore a little bit. So I've got all these ideas and I write them down and I'm like, I want to do them all. And then
Yes.
before I used to be like, well, I can't. And now I'm like, wow, Maz, I want to do them all. And then I look at myself in the mirror and go, yes. And so I have like obviously this channel is like a one thing, but then I'm on my second channel working on the Chatterlight. I've got like an anime intro coming up as well. I'm working on a poem that's being animated by somebody. I'm working on a real life video that's more commentary about the community. I've got another channel completely different from the animation world, completely different into the more educational world where I explain it's like an interesting video like Chubby Emu or In a Nutshell where it's more about medical stuff, right? And I've already started work on that, and that's why I bought lighting equipment, and that's why I need a new computer. But
Not coming.
it's like I'm working on all this at the same time with my university, and it's super stressful. But it's like finally after 2 years, I think I've achieved a good level of balance where I honestly think I can manage all of it. You know, like yesterday, I felt a feeling I'd never felt before, which was, oh, I've got free time. And that was crazy to me. Like, even with all of this, I still had free time left over. And I was like, what the heck? That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Like that all of this entire thing is like making me really excited, honestly, for the future.
Nice.
And I was a little bit sentimental boy yesterday. I was like, well, I can't wait to do it, And I can't wait to get started and really get underway with all this. I hope I don't burn out super quickly.
I think
Fingers
that's
crossed.
the thing. I think that's the thing of it is like if you asked me if I had a lot of ambitions, I'm the same way. I always come up with like ideas after ideas after ideas. But I'm like, man, if I were to actually go through with like executing all these ideas, I think I'd either like find that I can't manage my time well between them, or like I would just burn out like a candle. Like just I'm done. Pack me away.
Yeah. There's, I don't know, like there's been like all these random, one of the, okay, actually I might tell you guys right now because it's a good way of beating me up if it's a bad idea, but cool. I really want to redo some of my previous stories, not all of them.
Oh no.
No, not all of them. There's one that I'm actually really want to do, which is my first story about the airport, right?
Okay.
Just as a comparison, oh my god, no, just as a comparison, oh my god, the turtle roasted me already, okay, please, no more.
I didn't say anything. What do you mean?
As in like before this, you like sending me images of me, and I'm like, no, please.
It was just like the frames of like you were shaking with the bag, just like.
So bad. No, but I want to do that one only because A, it's a good story, but also B, it would be a good comparison to like my style now. Like, for example, I was thinking about moments and like the idea of an old policeman testing my ability, and I just look back in my character and I'm like, I literally have the policeman character made right now. I can do that. But also like my comedy, like I looked back at the video and it's like there's a moment where I was like pretending to be Australian and all I said was like, yeah, g'day man, how's it going? But I think if I did it again, I'd just be like, oh yeah, g'day man, put a bong wong, yeah, suck off the old Sam, go for a root. Like I just like I just go completely like yeah, billabong wing wong, yeah, drongo mate, like I really go.
What is Australia?
Yeah. And then the policeman would turn to the other one and go like, oh, dang, he's legit. Like whisper.
Oh, no.
Instead of having like, and instead of telling them like it's Minion toys, all you would hear from my luggage is banana, like the banana, like of the Minions. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I don't know. I'm like, I want to redo that one story just to like showcase what I can do now.
Yeah.
Do it then, dog. Do it.
I think that'd be cool, honestly.
Yeah. I don't know if any of my other stories are worth it. I think that's the only one I would actually redo. The other ones are not worth it.
Really? You wouldn't want to revive the Ducky Boy? The beauty?
McQuackos? Actually, I legitimately, that's okay. So that video, for the longest time until very recently, was my favorite video. And that's because the why I hate my earlier videos is because I'm not telling the story as I would normally, right? It's not like, it doesn't sound like me because it's like, so, guys, I'm quiet and I don't know why. It's just not me. But the thing is, with the McQuackos video, I bypassed that because I was with friends. And so I literally imagine, like, if this was an anime, and I got to like my current power level, 3 years later power level for one video, and then went back to noob level, right? And it's like, what the heck? How do I get back to that? And so like I've been trying to get back to, and now I think I've reached it. But the McQuackos video, it's still funny. I look at that video and I'm like, the way I told that story is still hilarious. I love it.
Yeah, I love it too. It's one of your best.
I don't know if I would change that one.
I'm racist against stuff.
Yeah.
I just think it's like, I wish that like, it's such a good story that I'm just like, if you had your current visuals like together, it would be so perfect, but like it's still good.
I agree, but I'm not gonna if I'm gonna revamp a video, it ain't gonna be a HD remaster. It's gonna be like full blown script and visual change, everything.
A remake.
I don't know.
That's a remaster.
Yeah, a remake, exactly. All right, and so I don't know. That's my ambitions. What I kind of don't like about the animation thing, and I said it last time, but like I've got 3 video ideas that I want to do, and by the time I'm done with all 3, it will be the end of April, and it's like, no, it's so long.
Takes forever.
Give me back
fun.
my time. Give me back my time. Give me back my time. Give it.
No.
Wow, thanks, PJ. PJ decides. She's like, nope, I decide now. No,
I
no
owned
thanks.
you.
You know.
We don't have time. You don't have time.
So dumb.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really hopeful for it, and looking at everybody in VidCon London and having like a grand old time. It
So
just
jelly.
Makes me wanna...
The FOMO.
The FOMO.
So jelly.
The fear of missing out. It hits hard, man. It's just like, not only that, it's like, okay, this is gonna get into like my own fields, but I don't care. Okay, albino hours. So
Yes,
albino.
finally.
I see, like, I tweeted out something really sappy yesterday, which was like, wow, I'm so grateful about. Oh, Laddi, that's literally the video.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm gonna link this video in the description, but that's the video I watched, and I was like, this is hilarious. This is the greatest thing ever. Okay. Anyway, so I was what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so
VidCon.
like VidCon, yeah, so VidCon US as well. I tweeted out something really sappy where I was like, wow, thanks everybody for watching. With a little bit of luck, I'll be considered one of the greats. And everyone's like, wow, you're one of the greats. And I was like, no, okay. For me to finally consider a great, I want to be a feature creator at VidCon US. If I get to be featured along with everybody else, okay, that's when I've made it. If I am on the posters, that is when I've like ascended. Okay, my eyes are glowing and I'm like, nah, you know, like
Are you on that
ascending, right?
baseball field, Maz? Are you on that field?
I've changed my thing. So what I used to say to everybody was, okay, so this is gonna sound really gay, but just bear with me,
down with
okay?
Oh man.
I'm down with that. And Turtle's like, yeah, I know. You know, Turtle's got his like wiener out. So on VidCon Australia, James. Okay, so James hates saying this, but for the first one, he actually came down just to say hi, right?
Aw.
And just to say hi, like, hey, Maz, how you going?
I
And
ship
was
it.
like, wow, James. And I was like, James, isn't that super expensive? And he's like, how effing rich do you think I am? And I was like, oh, James, you know, like
Oh
he was
my
flexing.
God.
He was flexing on me with that cash, right? He's like whipping his rollie on his wrist at my face. Anyway, so like he's walking around, but like he's obviously, you know, he was a big boy back then as well. And so he's getting swarmed by fans left and right. And I don't know, I guess I was a little sad that he came down and I couldn't really talk to him or anything. I was like, you know, a little bit sad boy. But then on the second to last day, we sat out because the VidCon Australia is next to a pier, right? It's in Docklands. And so we were sitting on a pier on a bench. And then he came and sat next to me as the sun is setting over the water. And stop it! And
then you look into each other's eyes.
no, and then Adam came down with his arm made of Shaggy's raw power. No, and so he was literally like, Maz, what are your goals? Like, what do you want?
Oh my God.
You know, like, and I was like, James, look,
I want you.
I don't want to be number one. I'm not going to beat you. I'm not going to beat Jade. And that's not what I'm looking for. Ain't no competition, right? What I do want, though, is when people look back at the storytime animation genre, I want to be remembered as one of the greats. Turtle, Little Dicky, all right? Like, literally, I want to be remembered as one of the greats, right? And the analogy I gave was that I want it to be like, it's like a baseball team, right? Where James is like the home runner, you know? He hits the home runs and gets it every time. And Jaden's like the ace pitcher, you know? Like, dependable, but, you know, and strong. And I want to be on that team of like the animators, right? And before I was like, I used to say, oh, even if I'm on the bench, I'd be happy. But this time I've changed it. I ain't gonna be on the bench. I'm looking to play, all right? Get me on the goddamn field. Get me on there. Get me on the scene. I want to be known. I want to be part of this community. I don't want to be a part of this community. I want to be a face of a community, all right? All right? I ain't gonna handle being just a little scrawny little pawn, okay? That's my goal, all right? After a year, and I'm gonna get it, boys. I'm gonna get that goddamn bread.
You're gonna get that
boy.
TikTok legendness. What if you become the
You know
face
what
of
TikTok
TikTok?
is?
What if you become that?
You know what? Can I okay, now we've memed TikTok, but I'm gonna reveal my goddamn plan, okay? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna make so many TikToks that I can not only make a TikTok compilation to post on my second channel, which is more content.
I think no.
But I'm making a commentary channel about TikTok from somebody who gained an audience from TikTok about the storytime animation, using that as a community thing. Don't you even play with me with my plans, okay? I got plans for days, all right?
I know that you know that I know.
What are you, Haku and Samurai Jack? So, I'm gonna say it, right? I've got drive, right? And it's just up to me to fulfill it.
But do you have your license?
And I think that's all, right? It's all the thing. I just want to be remembered as one of the greats. We're bringing the name up every debate, you know? Great.
It's pretty great.
We believe in you. We believe in each other, right, guys?
I don't believe in
Don't forget about me.
I don't believe in Craig.
Turtle's like, F no. Turtle's like, F no, I don't believe in y'all.
I think there's more words in Turtle's mouth.
Yeah.
Turtle's like,
it's like a chain, like how, Dr. Dre, and then Eminem got inspired by him. And then, Snoop Dogg got inspired by Dr. Dre, and then Lil Dicky got inspired by Snoop Dogg, or different rappers. It's like a little chain of inspirations and stuff. It's that's pretty cool.
Yes.
It's crazy because even on YouTube, I was watching Drew Gooden's first few videos, and in it he's like, yeah, I got heavily inspired by H3, and I just want to make my own thing. And nowadays, I have so many people I've talked to, they're like, oh, I want to be like Drew Gooden and Danny Gonzalez. They have become the new inspiratory figures now, you know? Mm-hmm. And it's like, can I ever be like that, you know? I grew up, lol. I was watching Jaden and James, and I was like, wow, I want to be there. And so I did it. And I wonder, if anybody will watch my content and be like, yeah, you literally inspire me. I don't know. That's crazy.
I think people are already out there, my dude.
I was gonna say, there's
a lot of fan art out there, you know.
Literally, I was talking about this with Scribble Juice yesterday, and then I literally 2 minutes later, I released the TikTok where I'm punching James into in my bathroom with my bare fists, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is why no one's inspired. This is why no one's inspired by me.
You say that, but didn't you tell us the other day that people are actually copying your TikToks now? You're inspiring on every platform. What do you mean?
I don't know if that's a good thing, man.
No one said inspiration had to be good.
No, that's not how it would inspire people.
Yes.
But I think all of us have those people that I'm sure are just super excited to see us and meet us, and are probably working on their channels, and they're saying things like, oh, TheAMaazing is my biggest inspiration, Laddi's my biggest inspiration, Rushlight Invader is my biggest inspiration.
I was gonna say Rush is okay.
Makes me want to make puns. That kind of thing. It's I don't know.
I follow TurtleAmigo's instructions on change, and I'm now arrested. I'm in jail now.
My life changed for all right.
All according to the plan.
That's really hard to fathom. I don't see it. I don't know.
Exactly. It's not I think the only time I'll believe it is either A, when people actually come up to me and say you have been one of my biggest inspirations, or B, somebody creates a video and says oh yeah, literally Maz is the one person who convinced me, right? Or that, because yesterday, once again, I was talking to Scribble Juice, and she was like, yeah, I watched this animator and this animator and this animator, but my favorite is Jaden. And the way she was talking about Jaden, you can tell that she's been immensely inspired and touched, and loves her. And it's will my fans ever love me?
No.
That's someone openly wept in front of you. I don't know.
But that's because I was ugly.
Shut the frick up. Look at this
You
dude.
still
Look
are.
at all of you dudes.
No, it's I literally think about that all the time because like when you think about it, like, you know, I know it's a meme, like the animation community is introverted and like a little awkward and stuff, but like James and Jaden's awkwardness makes them lovable, right? And I'm not awkward, and I'm not like you know, and I'm a abrasive kind of forward guy, and I don't know if people can like love, like the way people love Jaden, I think is exclusive to Jaden, and I don't know if that would transfer to me. Like, for example, I don't think anybody would say, "Oh, dude, Grand A, I love you know, I love Grand A, you know, I love Flying Kitty." Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I feel like you guys are putting yourselves down a little bit here.
I
that's from a person that puts herself down all the time.
I think, Mod, you get fan art. Everybody gets fan art. They're inspired by you. If they weren't, they wouldn't make fan art.
I was gonna say, you know how many times, like, and I like tweeted out about this, like the fact that like a couple of people have been making these tweets of saying things like, you know, who's your favorite creator? Who inspires you? Who would you like to see at this and this place? And like the amount of times, like I do get added, but I also get added in the same bundle as like Turtle or Rush or Maz or Laddi, and it's like everyone, well, not everyone, but you know, a general everyone seems to really love what we do. And obviously, like, I'm sure if you got the chance to talk to any of them, they'd probably tell you like, oh yeah, I'm very heavily inspired. And to say that out of like we're all above like 100K, like to say that no one out of that, like out of those thousands of people doesn't like look to you and have like this warm feeling whenever they talk about you to their friends, just seems like a bit of a, like, that would seem like such a fallacy to deny it, I guess.
Yeah. I guess so. I think it's just the difference between, like, sure you can sure I can read and see people go like, yeah, these guys inspired me. I don't know why that's the voice I gave, but like I can, yeah, it's Laddi. So
It's me.
yeah. No, hold on. It's like, you inspire me, Maz. And it's like that's great. But what I see and what I feel though is literally the 2 weeks of me hunched over my tablet, going like, food, you know, like literally like it working all the time. And it's like, I guess I just don't understand why you would be like that. Like,
I think also the fact that like when you would see a lot of those comments on the internet, like on YouTube or whatever. Whereas if you get someone who would say like, oh, you inspired me, or like, I watch your videos every day, or like, hey, I know you, like in real life, it's like more, it's like more impactful.
Oh yeah.
If in a way, if it's like IRL, you know, like someone says that and you're like, whoa, I don't get that as often as like, but obviously both of them have meaning. I'm not saying like don't discredit.
Yeah.
But
it's like mostly like numbers on the site. It's like, oh, I gain numbers, but in person, it's like you can fill a whole stadium if you think about it with your subscriber count. It's like stadiums, football stadium, you can fill that up. It's like boom, there you go.
Yeah,
I don't like that's too much.
You stand in the middle of the field, multiple stadiums. Yeah,
like I know, but it's like. How much? Okay, hold on, let me Google it. How much can a
Super Bowl
let's
stadium.
say Super Bowl stadium?
Are we about to get shook? I think.
Yeah, you're about to. Trust me, it's not even that big actually.
Oh no.
Number of people. Super Bowl. One of the NFL's requirement to host a Super Bowl stadium is that it seats at least 70,000 people. We can fill up a whole Super Bowl stadium.
10 times
What?
over.
you guys
100
would
times over.
Oh my god.
Times 100. Babe.
If I was hosting a Super Bowl thing, we would actually sing "Sweet Victory." Okay, we would actually do it.
Wait, 17,000 is what you're saying.
70.
Okay, but okay, like Maz. Okay, then think about it like in that exact way. Technically,
Nope.
a bunch of people buy tickets. Like 17,000 people buy tickets to see this event. Like every year, you get more of that in views every time you post.
Stop it!
Yeah, get shook.
I don't know. For me, it's like, yeah, but like all of I share my fans with like, you know, the greats, you know, and it's like, I just feel like all of my fans would rather me, you know, it's like you put me in a room with James and Jaden, and I can guarantee most of my fans are gonna go to be, almost all my fans are gonna go meet James and Jaden. So it's like,
Okay, well, I still feel like that's like a lot of like okay, like Laddi, I totally would have been like on board with like that, like even when I'm like with you guys, sometimes I'm kind of like, you know, I don't know, maybe other people would rather talk to like my pals or like again I work for the man, you know, you don't think I feel that way. Like it's a rough ride. But then like there was this time where, and Maz will remember this because he was there at the time. Do you remember Jane, Maz, little girl in Daff's BC?
Oh, I do. Yeah.
Yeah, she like I got
feels bad.
I got added in the server because like I didn't understand why. Maz was just like, "Yo, get in here," and I was like, "I'm scared." And then like I went in, and it was this like. This little girl voice just starts like, and I was just like, whoa.
She's really excited.
I was like, what's happening? And she was like, super excited to see me because apparently she was like a really big fan. And I was just like, oh, you know, that's really sweet. But like, it was to a point, and I'm sorry, Buzz, but like, it was to a point where like, she kind of like, she was like, oh man, you know, to finally talk to a Storytime animator, big boy for the first time, and like Maz
and I was
right
in the chat, and I was like, all right.
And it was like,
it's like I was in the chat, and I was like, okay.
I felt bad, but it was like, I always tell myself that like a lot of the people that like liked me were people that liked James, but also liked like the Kinder, or also were like fans of Maz because I appeared on his podcast so many times. Like people, they like podcasts. Well, I mean, yeah, I have, but like on your streams and stuff so many times back then, to a point where even on my streams, people are like, "Where's Maz? Where's Maz?" And I'm just like, you know, a lot of them are freaking Maz's fans, and like it's not discouraging. It's just like, you know, it's like with you, Laddi. Like if we collabed and a bunch of my fans came over to your thing, you would just accept it because, you know, it's just how it happened. But then like to a point where someone that's like, you know, Maz is bigger than I am, and this little girl could not care less. And it was like, ouch. But at the same time I was like, oh. Like, I didn't think you existed. And it's like, Laddi, that 9-year-old is waiting for you out there in the world.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is too inspiring, man. What the hell are we talking about? No.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like this. This is too feels. This is too feels. Okay. Candle feels. Stop it.
You wanted this, okay? We all agreed. Albino hours. All right.
No, albino hours was too strong. Let's darken ourselves, guys.
Okay.
Let's.
I went to the bar the other day.
Don't attack us. Don't cancel us.
I've got so much shoe polish to go through right now. Okay. Don't cancel us,
Mr. YouTube. Please don't.
Mr. YouTube, please love us.
Is this demonetization?
No.
Let's say some stuff that'll get us demonetized.
Penis.
No, I'm kidding. Don't please. No, please.
I just want to say brown backwards. That's
no, the N-word.
Stop it. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
All right, so I have
that. You know that wee-woo. You know that wee-woo. That's Kurt. That's Kurt right there. Okay, he's coming.
So I have an interesting story the other day happened to me. It's like a couple days for my birthday, right? I was at a bar, and I recently got tattoos. Right, my arms full of them, and I was at a bar, a lot of drunk people just hanging out, and this guy was like drunk, whatever, and he was just like trying to find. He was just standing there. He's like, "Hey, what's up? Nice tattoos. What do they mean?" I'm like, "It's anime," and he got all offended. He's like, "Oh, I like anime. It's so cool to have anime. My friend likes anime. I'm not really a big fan of it." I'm like, "You don't have to get offended, dude. It's anime. I understand people don't like it."
He got defense.
Yeah. He was like, "Oh no, I don't want to hurt this guy's feeling. Oh, anime's cool." I'm just like, "You don't have to like it, dude." He's like, "No, it's cool. Yeah, whatever." And the one girl came up to me too, and was like, "Ooh, nice arm. You're pretty cute." I was like,
oh my god.
No way.
Yeah.
You're making this
No,
up.
I told Laddi this. Laddi, I told you this.
Yeah.
And she started licking my arm.
Yeah.
It was really weird.
It was hot. And she was this like weird drunk person. Like you should tell her, like she was like not staring at me, like she was just like lazy eyeing.
Wait, did she recognize you as Rushlight Invader as well?
Yeah.
Who was that?
It was the same girl from Arby's. And she was just like leading around, and she was asking my mom, "It's like, oh, he's single. Oh, he's pretty cute." And she mom was like, "He's taken." I'm just like, "Yeah, I'm taken. I'm sorry." It's like, "Oh, dang." He's like, "Nice." She kept shaking my hand like the whole night. It's like, "It was nice meeting you." And she come back around. It's like, "Hey, my name is this again." I'm like, "He's like, are you sure you're single?" I'm like, "No, I'm sure. Thank you."
But you're not. You are single.
Yeah, but I don't want to date her. She's gross.
Wow.
She's
Okay.
gross. She was so drunk and not my type.
Well, I see how
If she
it
didn't
is,
know
you
what my tattoos
You
were,
didn't even ask a question.
Yeah.
Did they like Game Grumps?
Yeah,
Did they like
if
anime?
she-
Did they play Overwatch?
You're slipping, Rush.
if she didn't know what my arm tattoos were, she'd just like, "Those are nice." If she didn't know who Naruto was, not my girl. Not for me.
Wow, that's actually your test. You don't even
But
need to
she was-
ask her now. You just
It's a
She was
test.
drunk.
Yeah. Well,
Turtle.
What if she was?
Oh,
What if she was sober?
Oh.
What if she was?
oh, you're
geeked
right.
out?
Wow, Turtle's right.
Maybe.
No. If I was drunk, I would know who Mr. Naruto Uzumaki is.
What if she was shy to bring up? I don't know.
Nah,
Yeah.
she got the boot.
Aw, Turtle's like the good man here trying to defend this poor woman.
Hey, I'll give you your number,
Turtle's
Turtle.
actually the gentleman.
I'm trying to get Rush
then
a
Turtle-
girlfriend, man. You know.
It's never gonna happen.
Turtle's just Turtle's the love maker. You know what I mean?
Oh.
And then once Rush is like, you know what, I will talk to her, and then turns around, Turtle's just macking on her. You know, they're macking on her lips.
betrayed me.
Like, it's not even like Turtle's. It's not even Turtle's like actual character. It's like the tiny turtle. He's like macking on
The
macking
little
on
tiny
girl.
green turtle. Well, at least he has protection. So
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, Turtle. Actually, Turtle. On your comic that. Oh, well, yeah. Turtle's making comics now as well,
Yes,
guys. Check it out.
Mm-hmm.
You used your name on there.
Oh yeah.
Like, is
Casually.
that a public thing?
Huh?
just name drop.
Is it accidentally, or is that
No,
like?
no. That's like I don't know. I wanted to have like just a kind of like a name, like an IRL name, just to put there. Because obviously, like, oh, Turt, and then Turtle. Like what?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Certain people, they have like more than like different kind of like names they would be referred as. Like Joji. Like Frank Miller.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like, Turtle's like my kind of like my internet name. My identity, and then like. Because I don't tell people my name as much, for me, I feel like it's weird to say my name out loud. I don't know if I'm the
Yeah.
only one.
Oh yeah, me too,
Oh
man.
yeah. Same.
It's just like, but yeah, it's like, it's
same.
Steven. Yeah, it's like
It's Steven. Oh,
Steven. Oh no! But the thing is, also people kind of knew that already, and like, but the thing is, there's also another person who has the same name, but like.
there's
To
a
make
lot of
it-
people in the world with the same name. Wait a minute.
No, in this in this community.
Yeah,
I mean,
in the
In
community.
this community, yeah. But like,
Yeah.
but the thing was that we just like it'll be easier to just call me Turtle than have two Stevens being called that.
Or you can murder the
Yeah,
other
yeah.
one.
Wait,
Right.
all of you guys that used like fake names. I'm the only guy who actually does it. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You fool.
You fool.
Yeah.
People ask me, they're like, "Is Maz your real name?" I'm like, "Yes, it is. It's not a fake name. It's a name."
My college friends call me Laddi. It's really funny.
Oh my
I didn't
God.
even tell them. I didn't tell them about my channel, so like they knew my real name. And then like once they found out about my channel, they just call me Laddi, and I'm like, okay, this is me now.
Dude.
But some people would like they tell me like they feel like it's kind of weird to say like Turtle like out loud in public and stuff. So like I don't know if you just want to call me Steven or Turtle or Turt, because a lot of people call me that. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Do people in real life call you Rush or call you Turt? Or,
Yeah, my mom-
Well, other than VidCon.
My mom every time. Yeah, it's crazy. No one in my real life calls me.
No. They just use my name. My IRL.
My friends mention my channels to roast me. They're like, "Is that TheAMaazing with almost
Of
five?"
course.
Yeah.
Ooh, it feels good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love pulling the. Do you know who I am with my friends? And they're like, oh my god.
I love doing that on
I'm
Overwatch.
so
Like when we're
jealous.
playing,
Ugh.
it's like, wait, is that the
Yeah, he
Rushlight
does that.
Invader with
He does
100,000
that. I don't know why you do that. It's
subscribers?
so weird. It's like shut up. Oh.
Mom.
Rush, you still haven't been recognized yet, man.
Turtle does all the time. Because my name.
I know, that's annoying.
because I'm just Rushlight. There's no Invader.
4 times.
Yo, Turt's probably flexing. Yes.
Bro,
Freaking,
I'm gonna die.
I was with him the one time, and I was like, I'm Rushlight Invader. He's like, who? I'm like, oh.
It's all about that TurtleAmigo, man. It's all about that.
I don't know. Maybe I play a lot. Who knows? Or I just get lucky when I hit these lobbies. But yeah.
Do you think your audience is slightly different because you're
I was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah, because it's more mature a little bit.
I mean, wait, compared to who? Like just me, Rush, or just in general?
Just like the general animation community, I guess.
I mean, I'm getting up there to more teen. Okay, because I looked at my the whole age demographic and all that on YouTube, and it said the majority for me, I think 60 or 65%. I think, or even 70. It's 17 or 16 and 20 or something like that. That age, that a young adult.
I thought you were gonna say 60. Maybe. I like the age of 60, and a lot of old people watch you.
Mine says that too, around there. Yeah.
It depends really, and plus I like certain streamers or certain people that other people like as well. So I guess they make that connection, and then I post a bit of Overwatch reference or stuff here and there. But yeah, it just depends on what you really post and what interests you put out or who you like, and then people would gravitate on that.
Oh, sweet. So if I keep posting pictures about seals, the seal company would let me know, and that'll be awesome, right?
They'll send you a pet seal.
Yeah.
But you can't keep it when you because they'll die.
Yeah.
I don't know where they live really.
With that, I think that's I'm gonna go for a party because I'm a little party boy.
Don't get hit on by the Arby's girl.
I'll try my best, with a drunk who will recognize my channel. Yeah. No, it's all good. All right, thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Thanks for listening in. Thanks to the guests, obviously, PJ and Turtle,
I know them.
for joining in again. With the boys are back in town, and thanks for coming in, especially at such a late time. Lol. If you're interested, once again, we've got our Patreon. Consider supporting us, and you can listen to us on iTunes and hopefully Spotify as well.
Yay!
All right. Thank you so much, everybody.
Wait,
Laters.
Hold on. Wait.
Wait.
I want to say one
What's
thing.
up?
Happy anniversary, you guys.
Aw.
Hey!
I thought you were gonna go
I was gonna say I was so sure that he was gonna go.
Wait, we forgot one thing. We forgot to do the entire sparkly thing with our new icons.
Oh, guys, did you notice our new icon?
Wow, look at it.
Wow, guys.
You've only been looking at him for the past hour and 15 minutes.
We're so organized. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Laters, everybody. Bye.
Yeah.
And logging off now.